You might want to buckle up, baby.
And now get ready for WTF.
You want to prove once for all that I'm better than you? Strap up.
Bring it on, Big Brother Tin Man.
Whose take is first? Brought to you by TireOutlet.com. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Bringing it.
Let's rock it. We're going to give away Jags tickets later in the program. We got a couple ducats to the Jets game.
Good.
Darn tootin', Dan. And now, we always encourage the Googans to hit the text line, driven by Duval Ford, 641-1010, share their takes.
Let's do it.
And one of the WTF texters today will win breakfast for two from Chick-fil-A, airport parking from our friends at usapark.net, and be entered for a chance at the grand prize, which is a pair of tickets to Jags, Jets, and admission to the game day tailgate experience. That's complete with food and beverage before the game.
Well, that's a mouthful.
Wow.
Thank you. Literally.
Sounds like fun.
Lots of things are happening. What are
Lots
we talking
of things
about
are
today?
happening.
What is the weather supposed to be on Sunday? Same old,
I already
hot
looked.
and humid
I
with a
have a
chance
look.
of death?
There's a chance of thunderstorms. The high is 87, and the low Sunday is 75.
I'm supposed to be in the stands with one of my boys on Sunday. I'm going to have to rethink that. Kid, you sit here. I'm going to go to the press box. Get some AC. Get a little AC for a while.
I don't need a weather delay on Sunday, so.
Well, the
let's
weather
make sure
delay is
those
a new
thunderstorms-
phenomenon, isn't it? I mean, we went 100 years without a weather delay in sports, and now, I mean, if a thunderstorm blows in, they shut down these college football games.
Well, I tell you what, man, it was storming all over Jacksonville and New England Sunday, and it was close, and they didn't stop that game,
Right.
so, which I liked.
Well, they should. I mean, they're so precise, really, in where they can
They're
forecast.
pretty precise. What do you got?
For WTF today,
What do
guys,
you got?
Thank you. It's been a talker around the league all year.
It's a big talker.
It's the roughing the passer penalties.
Yes.
News came down yesterday. The competition committee allegedly is uncomfortable with these calls and how it's affecting the game. They said there's no immediate sign of any change to the rule, but I mean, looking ahead, do you feel like, next year or moving ahead that there will be a significant change to it, or is this the new normal?
No, there's definitely going to tinker with that thing. They know when they're players and the coaches and the, if the Tom Coughlin's of the world start calling the league office, and I don't know that he has, I'm just suggesting if it was him or just the league, the guts of the league are complaining. When those things start to happen, then change will come, and they'll. It's up to 77 warm degrees here in the office. Then
I think they're trying to smoke us out, Hick. I mean, I'm starting to wonder. 77 degrees in here, Bubba.
I'm feeling a little faint right
77
now.
smoking hot degrees, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway.
Right now, there's some poor joker with no AC saying, "Please you."
Yeah. So, no, change is coming now. It's tough to do it this year, obviously, mid-stride, but it's much like now, it took a little bit longer, but the catch rule is a perfect example.
I will say
They
this,
finally got
Dan.
to the point where enough is enough, dude.
Unlike the catch rule, this one can be changed immediately. I'll tell you how I know that. That lowering the helmet penalty, we had 50 of them in the preseason. They haven't caused it.
Where did the roughing the passer penalty come from, though? Like, why is it
That's what I'm saying. You can just back off calling it.
Yeah.
They just don't. You hit on it. I'll tell you, the NFL can insulate itself from fan criticism. They can insulate itself from media criticism, but they will not insulate themselves from the inside the circle criticism. And this is inside the circle. The players, the coaches, no one likes the rule. It's being over officiated.
34 times last year, 20 at this point.
16, wasn't it?
20 and 16.
Yeah.
34 times. That's double.
More than double.
More than double the 16.
Well, and like I said,
It's like if you touch a quarterback, like Ben Roethlisberger had a flop on Sunday. Did you guys see it?
But that's one they've always called if you touch the head.
Well, not if you touch Blake Bortles' head, but if you touch Tom Brady's head. But it was good. It was a smart play by Roethlisberger. But we don't want to get to that in football. We don't want to become like
soccer flopping.
Yeah, we don't want to have that.
Well, I do think the only point that I would disagree with you on is I do it'll change immediately. I think that's very easy. Don't call it. It's not like you're.
Well,
it's
they
not like
can
a
put
rule.
the word to make sure it's
right.
happening.
Listen, or I watched again Clay Matthews on Sunday. That was despicable. That's not football, and I think the Clay Matthews against the Redskins is the one that completely overturned it for everyone.
So funny because I think the one against the Vikings was much worse.
I
personally.
You mean worse a call?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I don't. I thought
the Vikings one. He was at least he fell on.
Well,
Alex
this
Smith.
one, yeah, but the Vikings one was after the pass. That was a sack.
Yeah.
That's why to me it's worse.
Yeah.
You followed through. I get it. If we're going to say once they release the ball, then you have to back off. But the sack that was called for a penalty, there's nothing more that guy could do. Hit him with his shoulder, in the chest. never left his feet, so he didn't launch.
Well,
It is football at the end of the day.
The intent of the rule is for you to not land on top of quarterback with your body weight.
Impossible.
But and so the intent was good because of what happened to Aaron Rodgers. I mean, but he got picked up and drove down.
That's a little,
which is obvious. You can tell when somebody does.
Correct.
That.
How do you not land on someone if you're properly tackling and
fair
your arms are
question.
wrapped around them?
Yeah.
The physics takes you both to the ground,
you're
and
supposed
therefore
to-
you land on
I
top
guess
of
you're
them.
supposed to turn
And
with
yeah,
them
roll.
land on yourself.
and then you
no.
tear your ACL.
Right,
Like
right.
the Dolphins guy did.
Yeah.
So, I think that kudos. Listen, it's not unsafe to protect the integrity of the game, okay? I don't think quarterbacks are just dying every day from previous injuries from a sack that they took. I mean, for Pete's sake, and this is only showing up with the quarterback, and it's not. I'll give you something else too. It's not fair. It's not fair to treat that one quarterback like his long-term health is any more important. So let's at least call it what it is, too. We just don't want the quarterback to get hurt. We don't give a damn if he has CTE in 8 years. I want him next week when we play the Steelers.
There's some truth to
I
that.
mean, it just but the football player. Listen, even some of the quarterbacks are saying,
Uh-oh.
"Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
What do you got? Some breaking news?
No. My boy John McClain just got twittered.
Oh, they got him.
Yeah.
In other words,
no check mark there, Johnny. They fooled you.
He followed a fake tweet. What
yeah,
happened?
he
Give me
followed
some
a
details.
fake Ian Rappaport tweet.
That fake
How does
Ian
that
Rappaport.
happen anymore?
He got that. Didn't the fake Ian Rappaport get your boy Martineau one year?
Yeah, he did.
But
So
there didn't used to be the blue checks. Now there's the blue check. It makes it much easier.
Yeah, well, John McClain,
You got fooled by @RapShirt.
at Rap Shirts.
Instead of sheet.
You know why? Because it doesn't show up on the desktop, but somebody put like a little emoji in their description that looks like the blue check.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
What was the?
it was a Chiefs Seahawks
Earl Thomas trade from
trade. It is not happening.
@RapShirt.
At Rap Shirt is reporting.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Check the @
Has he caught his mistake yet?
Has Johnny caught his mistake yet? Let's look.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, you might want to. So why don't y'all tweet it?
Johnny jumped on that.
Bro, that's 9 hours ago you retweeted that.
Oh, Johnny.
He
retweeted
John.
it?
He's gone
Yeah, it's
to
a
bed.
retweet.
He's gone to bed since. He hasn't gotten
Fell
up yet.
asleep.
Hasn't taken off the stocking cap yet.
Mm.
So anyway, that did not occur. Just FYI. But anyway, to get back to it, yeah, that will. I think you're right though. I think you'll see him. I think they send the word that hey, he's up on
That's
these a
easy.
little
Just
bit,
don't call it.
you know?
Like I said, the perfect example is the lowering the helmet rule that they called in the preseason 30 times. Have they even had one? The Jags haven't had that call made in 3 games.
Yeah.
And it looked for a while like there'd be 2 or 3 of those a game that would cost.
Well, Telvin Smith
cost
did
a
get
team.
called, but then since then they came back against the Patriots. But since then they came back, the NFL came back and said that it was not lowering.
But
the
they
helmet.
called. Did they call the helmet or did they just call unnecessary roughness?
No, they called the helmet
They did.
on Telvin. Yeah, but
Yeah.
then they reviewed it, and this past week came out and said it wasn't.
And I'll tell you what, it's funny how college football is going in the opposite direction. I've never seen as many targeting calls overturned as I have already this season. Used to be in college football, if they called targeting, 90% you're targeted and you're gone.
Yeah, they usually let you stay.
Every
in.
targeting this
Yeah.
year, they're
It's just
staying,
a flag.
They're keeping them in the game.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Which
Did you think David Reese was going to get
No,
ejected?
I didn't. And I'll tell you why, because he had his face mask up and he hit him here. I mean, there's only so much you can do. What I love about the targeting, what college seems to be doing with targeting versus NFL, and I almost think the NFL doesn't have a, quote, targeting penalty, do they? It's not
No.
called targeting. It's just illegal, blow to the head or something. But it's not the targeting call like it is in college. I don't think it is.
It's not the-
in
that's not the
college,
verbiage.
Like in the NFL, if you do that helmet to helmet, they don't kick you out of the game. College, they kick you out of the game. NFL, they give you a 15-yarder.
Well,
That's
this
what
year
happened
with
to
the
Telvin.
NFL, you can get ejected. They
Right.
just don't call it targeting.
Right.
They
Well,
haven't
okay.
called the new rule that everybody thought was going to cost a team a game at all.
No, it hasn't done much at all. But I was going to say about college,
Tough
just to
game
wrap
to
it
ref,
up.
but,
What
yeah.
I would say about college is it seems to be finally, to me, if they're going to call you for targeting, there has to be one element that is overriding in the football play, and that element is intent. You better be sure that he is trying to hit him in the ear hole with his helmet, because if it's bang bang or close or may have or not, then you can't call targeting. It's unfair. That's sending a guy to jail for an accident. So anyway, I do expect though that these ridiculous roughing the passer penalties that have been so foo-foo are are going to come to an end here for the last 3 quarters of the season.
Well, one Jets player threw out a little shade at the coaching staff, so we'll have to
His
take a
own
look
staff?
at that. Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. We'll also see what's trending. We've got Brunch with the Tour.
Oh.
The Ryder Cup edition coming up bottom of the 8 o'clock
Reimer
hour.
in the house today, or is he in Paris?
You know, it's a good question. I don't know.
He said
Hopefully,
he was not going to Paris.
I think he's waiting there for you.
There he is.
I think he's coming in this week,
All
in
right.
fact. So we look forward to that as well. This is The Drill. It's Freedom Boat Club Wednesday.